Hello guys, I'm so happy to be here again. So for today, I'm going to be talking about the government accusation. I know in my previous videos, I've mentioned it a lot. I've mentioned government accusation a lot. I've mentioned this land that is under the government accusation, blah blah blah. I know I have talked about the government accusation one way or the other. Maybe that is why I'm so excited to dive into this topic. Yes, so guys, let's go straight into what we are here for, and we are here for the government acquisition. You might be wondering, why is the government acquisition a popular term when it comes to real estate? Yes, it's a popular word because if a land is not a freehold land, then it's definitely under the government acquisition. And for that, I will say in our next video, I will be talking about freehold land. So back to the government acquisition. Let's go. Let's dive into it. Okay, let's dive into it. So when buying a land in Nigeria, one of the biggest mistakes that investors usually face is accidentally paying for a land that is under the government acquisition. People don't even know what this means until it is too late. Ignorant. Someone can just walk up to you, okay, I have a land and I see that you want to buy a land. So this land is under the government acquisition, blah blah blah. But if you don't know what government acquisition lands are, if you don't know what it means when somebody tell you a land is under the government acquisition, you won't even see it as a big thing. Maybe you will feel like, okay, government acquisition, it's under the government acquisition. You might be thinking, okay, it means that the government is aware of you buying that land. Okay, maybe that's what it means. Ignorance. Like they say, ignorance is a big disease. So yes, you might ignorantly pay for that land, and maybe you have already paid for it, then you'll find out what it actually means, that that land is not a freehold land. That means that land does not belong to a family, it does not belong to a community, it only belongs to the government. Some people call it government acquisition land. For me, I usually make sure I start with the land that is under the government acquisition. Because when you are like government acquisition land, someone might just be like, okay, the government accusates this land to set of people. Maybe the government's accusation, okay, divided the land into and gave Mr. A, B, C, D, E each of the plots of land, or maybe acres, okay. They don't understand. That is why I use the lands that are under the government acquisition. So when you know that it's under the government, it is under the government's eyes. It is under the government's coverage. You know, when you pray and you be like, God, please guide me, make sure that I'm safe and secure. So that land now is safe and secure by the government. It belongs to the government. When you hear that a land is under the government acquisition, that means that that land belongs to the government. It does not belong to a man, it does not belong to a woman, it does not belong to their picking, it does not belong to a family, it does not belong to any community. Just know it belongs to the government. It's the government property, run, leave it. So lands that are under the government acquisitions are lands that have been taken over by the government to be used for public purposes or future development. So yeah, the government can set aside some lands for school, road, airport, or other public projects. So there are two types of lands that are under the government acquisition. We have the committed acquisition and the global acquisition. So the committed acquisitions are lands that are reserved for government projects, such as the airport, the highway, among others. This kind of acquisition cannot be regularized or released. It cannot be released to someone because it is committed. It's a committed acquisition meant for a committed project. For number two, we have the global acquisition. That is the uncommitted acquisition. So this acquisition is marked for the government's use but have not yet been allocated. With the global acquisition, the government can later release that land through the process known as excision. And once excited upon, the land will be published in the gazette and can be sold legally. So these are the reasons why you shouldn't buy a land that is under the government acquisition. Number one, no legal ownership. You cannot go get a C of O title attached to that land. A land that belongs to the government, that is a title on its own, but it's not recognized according to properties registry. That is the title of this. I'm just joking. But what I'm trying to say is that a land that is under the government acquisition, cannot be sold to someone or cannot belong to an individual. So I don't know how you get access to that land to begin with, but you cannot now use that land to get a C of O title document. It's not possible because government accusation lands cannot have a C of O title attached to it. Lands that are under the government accusation cannot have a C of O title attached to it. Number two, risks of demolition. The land belongs to the government. So whoever deceives you to buy that land, it's going to be so risky because the government can come back anytime to claim the land, or maybe you have already built a house on the land. The government will demolish that house and take back what belongs to them, and you won't be the owner of that land anymore. Number three, loss of investment. Your money will be gone. So you just have to be careful so that you don't get scammed. All these frauders will not come and tell you that, oh no, 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 it's not under the government accusation now. It's not, I'm sure of it. I was there when they released this back to the community. Even if it was under the government, I am sure. I put my life's life. How did they talk? They will talk and talk, they will talk. When you pay the money, you are on your own. Maybe few months, or if it's not few months, few years, government will come back and what, this land belongs to us. How dare you? How dare you build on our land, government property? So you might be wondering, how can I verify if that land is under the government accusation or not? One, visit the State Ministry of Land. Check the State Land Registry. Search the State Land Registry. Number two, contact a professional surveyor for a thorough survey plan check. Number three, ask for Excision gazette documents. And lastly, hire a lawyer. Always involve a professional for double check. Buying a land that is under the government accusation is one of the biggest real estate traps in Nigeria. Before paying for a land, don't only rely on words of mouth or the seller's story. Always check the land titles with the authorities. If it is excited upon, demand for the gazette. If it's a committed accusation, walk away. In real estate, knowledge is your safest investment. Don't let your money waste on sounds. Verify before you buy.